What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entrant back with another video. In this video right here, I'm gonna show you guys a situation where I ended up losing $700.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal.
Basically, getting scammed at a truck stop. As truck drivers and owner operators, you guys know we have a lot to deal with in expenses already, and fuel alone has already been something that's almost doubled in cost in the past 2 years. And the situation actually got pretty difficult for me. It was so confusing to believe that people would actually look to scam truck drivers. So I'm just going to show you some key things you probably want to look out for so you don't run into the same mistake I did. I'll end up showing you guys how I basically strung along my evidence to show that it was basically fraud with their team. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, it's your boy Intro Mike. Y'all know the intro is short for entrepreneur, and right now I'm running a non-CDL hotshot rig. That's where I am right now in my 2022 Laramie. If you guys are new to the channel, I highly advise you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in getting to this lane. But basically, so I pulled up into the fuel station. I'm gonna just say this. Yeah, I went to a TA, man, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with TA. This has just had, you know, this just had to do with the specific location that I was in. So I was hungry. I actually didn't even have to fuel up much. So I pulled in. I remember the same lane. I think I was in like lane 6 or something. And I really went there for the Popeyes. Because y'all know every single TA, no matter where you at, usually they have like a Popeyes or Burger King. Or really they just have like KFC. They got different things to eat. Yeah, I just wanted Popeyes to eat. So I got my fuel. I probably did no more than $150 because I already had a little bit of fuel. And I got something to eat at Popeyes. I was just on the way to Georgia. So I remember there being a problem with the pump, basically. You know, like when you have an RTS fuel card, by the way, if you want a fuel card, check out the link in the description with RTS. They're really good. Yeah, I noticed that the pump, that the screen basically wasn't working. So once I noticed that, of course, we're always in a time crunch. You need time to be successful in trucking, and you're just trying to get the day over with at some point of the day. So because the screen was messed up, I ended up going inside. When I went inside, I don't know if this works for everybody, but usually you tell them what pump you're on, and you have to end up swiping your fleet card. Now, when you do this, you got to realize you got to tell them all of your basic information that you would put in if you were actually at the pump. So they ask you your truck number, how many miles you got, the PIN number, the driver ID, the PIN number basically, and maybe the name of your company or something like that. So this is very standard. It wasn't nothing out of the ordinary, and why I shouldn't give them my information just so I could get the fuel. It's something they always do at every single truck stop where a fleet card is actually accepted. So once I did that, I remember for sure, because what I do with my mileage at the time, I was only around like 26,000 or 27,000 on the mileage. So I just rounded up. I usually like to be very specific on where it's at. So I told them 27,000. Long story short, when I gave her all the information, I remember I gave her 27,000 for the mileage because I rounded up. When I got back to the truck, it actually appeared that I'm around like 26,000. So when I went back to the fuel pump, after giving her all my information, I went to the pump. Usually it'll say remove nozzle of fuel. It wasn't ready, or it wasn't on. So I was just like, what the hell? But somehow the screen started back working again, as if they just turned it back on. So I put in all my regular stuff and it worked. But I remember I put 26,000, and it was another thing I'm leaving out. Trip miles. So I probably told her 300 or 200 when I know I put 200 outside and I told her 300. So I gave her a little bit different ramifications on what, the specifics was to my card. So I filled up, I left. The fuel invoice came out the next day, showing that on that day I spent like not only the 130-ish or whatever, 150-ish I spent, but like an additional $688. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I have a 50-gallon tank. I don't pump, I never pumped more than $275, maybe $300 ever. So I hit up RTS, let them know what was going on. They was letting me know it was probably fraud. And it's just a situation that I wish I could have avoided. I'm still in the processes of, I just got a couple more new fuel cards. So shout out to RTS. They are going to get it disputed. And they're going to actually credit me that money. I don't know if it's going to go back on TA and the management crew. Because, I hit them up and they were just so aggressive towards the fact. It's just like, well, we don't have enough evidence of what happened. They know that the transactions were separate. Because what a lot of people will do, they'll pump fuel and they'll forget to hang up the pump. So somebody might come behind them and pump more fuel, and they can't do nothing about that. They can't get anybody's information. But I remember the specific information that I told that girl, and the fact that they were different, specification. Like I told her 27,000 miles, but I put 26. I told her my trip miles were 300, but it was actually 200, and I put 200 outside. So the fact that they were different, but I know I only told her those specifications, let me know she probably was the one who did it, like the lady at the register. And I still remember how she looks. I still remember the exact same TA and the location it was. So I don't know if I think I still may go ahead and file the police report. But at this point, I just want my money back. So I'm just trying to get my money back and letting you guys know, if you're going to go inside because the pump is messed up outside, I would strongly advise that you do not use your fuel card. Like, if the pump is messed up outside, you're going to have plenty enough money when you're out here trucking to just buy whatever fuel you need at that time. Don't spend that $200-$300 on your debit card. Now, I know there's a way for them to get that information too, but they can't sit there and ask you all the information. They can't ask you what the back of your security code is or ask you what your PIN number is. But when you go in there with the fuel card, you got to tell them all of what you got. Like, you can't type it in on a little keypad. You got to tell them that stuff verbally. So you never know if somebody got your account number and then they're just writing all your information down in the back. It may just be a new scam. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you guys know what happened to me. Hopefully it can help you guys avoid it. Like I said, I think the only solution would be, if you ever run into this problem, dispute it with your fuel card company as soon as possible. And just pay real close attention to the things that you give them. Maybe give them false numbers of things that are out the way, so it's not matching up with what you would do at the pump the next time. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say, like, oh, well, you put all this information in here. Like, why wouldn't it match? So, yeah. And that's it. I am going to come back to making content. I've been through it. And that was almost 15,000 miles ago. You know what I'm saying? So, what? Maybe 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah, 3 weeks for sure. Like I said, if you guys need a fuel card, check the link in the description. If you guys want to see more videos on stuff like this, I say you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button and share this with somebody you know that's in the trucking industry to keep them from making the same mistake. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace. What's good? It's Intro Mike and
LeBron Hunt, KTL Southern Transport.
Yes, sir. You got a message for the folks?
It ain't easy. Listen to them, y'all. It ain't easy. Second
Exactly.
road, it ain't easy.
Yes, sir.